That was not the face I meant to have. Hi, everybody. Mama, can you give me a sound check? Oh, one hot second. Need to get your audio functional. Hi, y'all. Pardon me while I do a sound check on Mama. Because she is glorious and screaming into the void like the rest of us. Boop. Duke, turn my gun. Meow. Meow, meow. Oh, wait, haha. Do, do, do. Sorry guys, just getting Mama's audio fixed up. Do, 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 do. Speak to me, Mother. Speak to me of the things. Your mouth is moving. Hang on. Pretty sure it's me. Try again. Huh. Meow meow. Do do do. Woo. There. Well,
okay, did that fix it? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear Mama on the stream?
Woohoo!
I hope so.
Sorry, y'all. We're still figuring out
Stream together. Y'all hear Mama okay?
stream together.
Yay! Choo choo on the hype train. Alright. Shall I turn the salsy beats off in the background? Or is it soothing?
I don't know, honestly.
I'll turn the music off for now, everybody. We can add
this
it back.
is going to be really weird. The only way I can hear you is by having your channel open.
Well, have fun with that.
So I have to hear myself speak after I speak.
Yes. Welcome to my personal hell every time you play Resident Evil. Turnabout is fair play.
You're so mean.
Fuck yeah, I am. I'm on a shit ton of drugs.
Why are you so
post-surgery. Guys, it hasn't even been 7 days since they wrote a rooter in my face. What the fuck happened? Anyway.
This was not the week. This was not the week, honey, for you to do this.
Have me out on surgery recovery. So I might sound a little weird.
This is supposed to be easy. This is not easy.
Not easy. So, welcome to this very special episode of Love and Chickspace. I am your nerdy, slightly dying hostess, Nikki Tea, recovering 6 days post-surgery. The Band-Aid is not a joke. Mama has been very sweet in taking care of me, and thank you to everyone for the well wishes and all that good stuff. This, ironically... Oh, do your intro, Mama. I'm going to sound adorable this whole time while I talk about pain.
Y'all, the cuteness aggression is going to be real. I'm not going to lie. And that Band-Aid is very, very tasteful compared to the gauze.
Compared to what it really looks like. If you're on our Discord, I did what
it really looks like.
There's a lot of blood happening. I'm sorry, guys.
She's a cute otter. Anyway, hello. We have a lot of new people
today,
which is weird. And there's so many people on YouTube right now. I don't know what to do. Hi.
Tell them your name, child.
So I'm getting there. I have feelings. So hi. I'm Mama Void. I am your resident. What did we change it to? God, it was so weird.
Oh, I'm a nerd, you're a dork,
dick.
we both simp.
I forget.
It was very good.
We've had new intros for so long. But yes, I am your simp. I am your resident wine-nut goddess of chaos
today.
in the digital void. So I will be in my feels about a lot of this, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. We got this. Did I have to create a channel in our Discord called Big Feelings? I did.
It's okay.
I did. I had to do some gentle parenting, but it's okay. We all have big feelings, and we're going to work through them together.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. So, this is going to be really fun. Oh, is Mama really low? Hang on, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to, fix audio. Haha. Is that better? Speak, mother.
Woof.
Okay, Caleb. Is that better?
I couldn't help myself. It was there. It was a setup.
Oh, yes. It was the setup. But today is actually our 26th episode of Season 2, which is very exciting. We've made it half a year, and you've made it with us. So thank you very much for joining. Sad sounding woo. So because I'm post surgery and I'm a bit tired and exhausted, physically, but my brain is shockingly functional. Don't let the weird sounding voice ruin it for you. I have a bunch of notes, have done lots of research, done that. I have been in the gaming industry for 20 years and have worked with Infold on projects. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and Mom was like, hey, we should just do a live episode today. So normally we do a live episode recording as a part of our memberships thing, but everybody gets a special treat. So this is unfiltered, unedited. I'm slightly drugged on medications.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be great.
We're in the raw, children. And I'm in a 7-second delay. It's gonna be great.
You're okay. You're not on 7 second. You're doing good. But anyway, so a couple of notes. We decided to change this last minute. We had accepted some questions in our Discord that people wanted to hear and that we're going to talk about. If you have questions on YouTube, I did open the live Q&A, so you can totally drop questions in there and I'll grab them from that point. So thank you for people who have been putting stuff in there, and we'll try to get to them. But we're going to gab, we're going to chat, we're going to chat with you guys. You get to kind of see behind the scenes. And also, we are hopefully your safe harbor in the storm of pain. Basically, we want to make a good place where people can feel the feels.
I'm not gonna
Feel the feels and have legitimate conversations. One thing I will do at the end of this is that I wasn't joking when I said I wrote a research paper. You might have heard on the last podcast episode when I sounded normal, where if I died in surgery, my last words would have been cock-warming, and that still terrifies me. I'm just gonna put it on my gravestone.
I want it on record. You started the nipple thing. That was not me.
I started it and I finished it, and it's done. But oh god, I'm just really happy I didn't look at the surgeon and go, cock warming? So we talked a little bit about like the marketing campaign and all that stuff. So I'm going to talk a little bit about sort of what happened from an industry perspective. Thanks to everyone who joined Sire and myself this morning to talk about also the secondary industry perspective, but I'll talk a little more on that. And yeah, just let's go, bitches. I first and foremost, I'm very bummed. Do you want me to start with this is what has happened? Oh, I was going to say, I will give everyone all of my sources at the end of this, because I'm a dork and I make sources docs. If you've ever watched our videos, you will know. If you've watched my Marketing 101 video on attention economy, there's like a page of sources. So I do have, was looking through some articles.
Oh my god, the spreadsheet person made a spreadsheet?
Shut up! I like my spreadsheet. But
citations?
And citations. And I had to go back and look up gacha revenue numbers. Man, I did math while high. Math high. But let's talk about the real story of an actual character being canceled 9 days before launch. And that's not what we call a marketing pivot, friends. That's called a fucking hit the abort button. So, should I go through the timeline, mother?
Yes.
Yes. Alright. So, I said it before. I'll say it again. I feel like this was definitely very much a poor marketing campaign, says the person who's worked in marketing for 25 years. I've been in marketing longer than I've been in gaming, which is sad, and I'm old. But it's very interesting because I think they took a look at the old playbook for Sylus and Caleb and were like, yeah, cool. We're just gonna kind of do this again and do this with a drip campaign. And it just doesn't work the same anymore with the age and status of the game. So essentially on about June 22nd, they unveiled a surprise supermoon countdown live stream out of fucking nowhere and gave us 47 seconds of the new guy. And then really within days, I would say hours probably, the reception split pretty hard among regional lines. Some of the quotes to pull out from Chinese players was that it was ugly. He was a money grab. There was refund demands. There were boycott calls on Weibo and other places. Global players were warming up. There were some Twilight comparisons, EXO comparisons, lots of memes. It was actually, if you truly look at it, and I know when we talk about looking at channels like Reddit and the official quote channels and Twitter and all of that, just as a gentle reminder, official forums are always going to be more toxic and negative than unofficial places. So if you were looking in those spaces, you might have been like, what the shit? However, doing a sentiment analysis across the board, China players were pretty upset. Global was willing to hear it out, is what I will say. And then on June 28th, they hosted the full version 6.0 showcase stream, which I would call not a showcase stream, but more of a highlight stream. Again, a drop in the marketing. And it was kind of meant to be a better look at Valko, which we got a much better look at Valko, and I was not upset about it. I was like, oh, I'm going to have a puppy friend. And the Chinese backlash absolutely intensified. But ironically, the global players, and specifically I'm going to talk about North America and Japan, were much more, shall we say, satiated and starting to warm up to the Valko concept. The official cancellation came this morning. It's a letter posted to X and other channels after the reveal. And the planned launch is supposed to be the 9th, but now, holy cupcakes. So there's some thoughts like, why didn't this work? What has happened? And, we will say there were 6th Li truthers waiting out there and all of that. And I have said it before, I will say it again. no matter what the sixth LI was going to be, it was going to be polarizing because some people are going to like it, some people aren't. The end. The announcement didn't really land in a neutral environment well. It landed in a fan base that was kind of pissed off that there hadn't been updates about existing love interests. We weren't getting content updates about, like, the chocolate shop, as we often talk about, Mama, things like that. And what it felt like was the announcement is the sixth LI is a new revenue target. It's not content for me to play with. I have been talking. It is your turn.
Sorry, the delay is really, really bad, so I just want to make sure you're done talking before I talk.
Cool. Go.
So I'm not talking over you. But yeah, it's... This entire launch has been wild. Not just the marketing guffaw,
Yep.
mistake, bungle, but
to be
also
fair,
the
marketing
fan reaction to it, to me.
I was just going to say really quick that, to be fair, the marketing guffaw, it worked for them in the past. So they were trying to go with tried and true and safe, and they didn't read the market well. Carry on.
Yeah, no, I completely lost my thought.
You were on fan base.
I remember it now. The fan reaction to all of this has been the most surprising to me, because I don't think this mistake or this rollout was deserved this much hell. Like, it's been a little more vitriolic than I anticipated. Granted, I understand that people had a lot of expectations and have been waiting for certain things. But wow. Just wow. And the official Reddit is successful at this point. It's just a really negative space. However, I want to add, this feels more like a culmination of the insanity that fandom spaces in general have become. Like, it's just feels like in the last couple of years, and I'm not going to put it wholly on COVID, because this was happening before COVID came into being, but it feels like COVID accelerated. Fandom spaces have been getting more and more egregiously toxic. People not knowing how to talk to each other respectfully, if at all. Also, the dehumanization of the development teams, animators, actors, and everybody involved in bringing this game to life, Valko to life, the home system.
It
all
hurts. Of it. Like, my heart
is not okay.
No, for me, like, I think most people have known what's happening in the games industry globally at this point. I was a part of the games industry layoff last year. There have been a couple 100,000 people laid off in gaming. Studios have shut down. PlayStation and Sony have had their worst sales months in years, if also ever, I think, for Xbox, while they're jacking up prices. And, like, however, Nintendo raised their salaries, y'all, if you're looking for a games industry job. But, like, as a person who has been a brand manager, as a person who has brought I have seen games come to life. I've seen games you never even knew were being made have never made it because GameStop wouldn't accept the game for sale. Like, shit like that. And it breaks my fucking heart every time, especially because in interviews, the lads team has said it takes them 2 years to develop someone. That is the people gave this, like, you know that Valko is a brainchild of someone. A team of animators, designers, creators worked on him. People who do care about the art of games, because games is still an art form. As much as we're gonna talk about numbers, economics, all of that shit today, like, it's still an interactive art. And to watch this thing that you have poured your soul into be torn the fuck apart, and then having to have someone in leadership go, hey, Kyle, we're not going to launch him now, buddy. And then it's like, your resume is the dude who fucked up the dude who fucked up Valko. Poor fucking Kyle. Yeah.
And I mean, think about the VA for a second for Valko.
Dude, that VA.
All that time in the booth, all that time trying to develop Valko's voice, his personality. Who is he? Like, the retakes on lines. And all of that work, all that hard work. And everybody lost it.
Yeah.
Over 47 seconds. Just because it wasn't what they demanded in terms of, we wanted this specific information. You didn't give us this specific information. So now we're going to shit all over this.
Yep. And it's painful.
And it's just the mocap actor, like...
Oh, and how many... I'm not saying this will happen, but in the state of the industry right now, if they're like, we're not going to do Valko anymore, that means they're cutting a development team. That's generally... this has not been confirmed or denied. This is simply experience within the industry. I want to caveat this. Generally, when your project is done, and this would, if they are saying he is done and not coming into play, they're going to repurpose that staff to essentially work on pulling him out, and then probably being like, it's been great. Hopefully we have another title for you to work on, or maybe you could join the Sylus team. That's also extremely painful in a moment like this where the games industry is absolutely at a hiring and firing inflection point on studio construction, and it doesn't matter what country you're in for that.
Yes. And I just want to point out, because I'm seeing a couple of different comments here. The staff did get paid. Yes, they got paid for what they did.
For what they did.
Thank you, Arjun, for the cheer. But it's also about the mental and emotional investment. It's about time away from families and loved ones, overtime, deadlines, stress, all this emotional, mental, and physical effort to bring this content to us, and to have it thrown out the window, that hurts. Like, as a creative person, to have my creative work thrown out that I'm emotionally invested in, that hurts. Like, yes, it's a job. I get it. But it's more than that to a degree. Like you don't do these types of jobs because the gaming industry is, as a job market, is volatile, underpaid, a lot of work. You do it because you love it. You do it because it's a passion. You do it because there is a creative
I can tell you,
in you
it sucks.
that needs to be expressed. It sucks.
It's fucking brutal, guys.
And especially for women.
And I'll talk about the brutal part in a minute.
Brutal on a level That is ridiculous. But so there my heart goes out to that. My heart goes out to these people for that, because people didn't think about that. I mean, the fact that we have reports of some of the things that people have said and done over this, death threats,
Okay.
cursing,
Can I get to that
poop,
part?
like all of that. Yeah, just one second. That's way too far, guys. It's a game.
Yeah.
Like a game we love, a game we're passionate about, a thing that we've invested in. I don't want to belittle that, but at the end of the day, it is a game. We can express our frustrations and our critical feedback in healthy, emotionally regulated ways that don't dehumanize the people who really didn't have any control over this, because it was an executive decision, not the dev team. And people who are just, again, to use the phrase here, doing their job.
Yep.
Like sanity needs to come back to the fandom. There's a lot of things that came into this gumbo of shit, but the fandom also needs to take some ownership in some of their reactions, and by reactions I mean actions, not the emotions. The emotions are always valid. It's the actions that people in the fandom took that are problematic. And I think that we need to self-reflect on, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like, anyway, that's me. I'm going back on mute. Go forth, Nikki.
There's a couple of things that I want to talk about on that side a little bit of, and I've seen a couple of questions in the chat of like, do they even care? And they being whether it's corporate or fans. And from a fan's perspective, I want to talk about the sort of what reports have been coming out of China, things that have happened. And like I said, I've worked in the games industry for a very long time. As you have probably guessed, I'm a woman in gaming. I have seen some fucking shit. But basically, essentially, there were reports across social media about protesters leaving like funeral chrysanthemums, cow shit, curse banners, like at companies' offices. One protester reportedly brought an insulting banner directly to the building. Paper games had to heighten security. Building access was restricted. All of that stuff. And that is scary, and it's heartbreaking, and like, it's just a wolf boy undersells the human reality of it, and that is shockingly wild to me, especially working in games for so long, having specifically dealt, not gonna lie, with men 18 to 34 who've had some choice things to say and do to me. It's the backlash is pretty wild. I'm surprised. But there was one thing I did want to talk about is like the why. Like, how did we get here? Start playing, talking heads in the background if you have it, if we wouldn't get copyright struck. And this is where the money comes into play. So I went and actually pulled publicly available numbers, just because I want people to be able to go do the math and look themselves, so that you guys can check it out. But I'll also talk about where the game is today. So literally as of May, and it's funny, it's June 30th, so we're not going to get our numbers reported for a few days in the industry. But as of the end of May, China made $33 million, which was up 33% month over month. You guys might remember this talk when Mama had Caleb and his crotch in my face last month. Global was $11 million, and all of that. Some things you have to understand is looking at publicly available information. and I'm just gonna say it that way, so that you know. China is about 60% of the global revenue consistently across multiple tracking periods. China is also 41% of global downloads as of the second anniversary is publicly announced. So if we're looking at $453.8 million of a $750 million game plus lifetime spend that comes out of China as of August 2025. So we're looking at lifetime revenue of this game is almost near $1 billion as of second anniversary. And that's most entirely built on the back of the Chinese market. US is a distant second, ladies, at 13% of the revenue and only 7% of the installs, with Japan coming in about the third. A Chinese boycott for paper games and Infold is existential. This is one of the reasons, oftentimes when I say when you are upset about things, speak with your wallet. When people, and this is something I want to talk about, some of the differences, and I'm going to say the Chinese market in kind of a broad stroke here, just because this is where the publisher is based and all of that. But to really break it down, oftentimes we talk about, you'll hear people talk about APAC or Asia, and like I always like to slap people in the face and go, nope, stop it, fucking stop it. You can't do that. You have a Chinese market. Within the Chinese market, you actually have sub-markets. Within the Japanese market, same vibe. Same thing with North Korea, South Korea. Same thing with the Philippines, Southeast Asia. Also, you Aussies and Kiwis are included in APAC and often get forgotten. So, keep that in mind. Just from that perspective of...
But we see you.
But we see you. I see you. I have launched Asian markets, my friends. And I know what that means. So, China... I want to put, first of all, legislation, public accountability, and how gacha games are set up in Asia, specifically China. I love at the bottom of the store, it says, don't get addicted, because they have to legally put that. And it's wild. Yeah, there's lots of laws, and I've talked about like some of the gacha percentage polls and things. Like we notice this, like gacha games are banned in many European countries because they're considered gambling and all that other stuff. So gacha is a known mechanic, and it has some things. There's the whole organized non-payment campaigns that you might have heard of, where we'll sort of say, oh, the Chinese girlies aren't going to buy anything for the first 3 days. Well, that does make a dent, because they are, as you saw how much of that billions in revenue. It's a coordinated, scripted tactic at this point that have shared playbooks across multiple social media channels in China. Stop spending, request a refund, report to the official consumer channels. Don't just post about it. Like, this is a rehearsed move in Chinese gacha fandom, and it's not a spontaneous reaction. The second thing that gets caught up, we hear... And I'm going to speak in North America specifically. Oftentimes when we get our gaming press, it's usually like IGN, GameIndustry.biz, Kotaku, whatever. China has state or quasi-state media attention. Beijing Daily covered the controversy, framing it as a growing breakdown of trust between paper games and its core player base. It's not a fucking game review on IGN, guys. It's a media environment where the Chinese gaming industry is already politically sensitive territory. We talked about it in the episode about how we have global market blackout because of Tiananmen Square. Like, just remember that. So the minor spending limits, the addiction crackdowns, licensing approval processes, this carries institutional weight that does not necessarily exist here in the Western gaming press until someone tries to buy EA. Which could be a whole nother discussion in a separate podcast, or when Microsoft went after Activision Blizzard, again, a whole separate discussion and podcast. And then they have like real legal escalation ladders, and that has already been used in this company. Now, again, we've not seen an official lawsuit been filed about this, and I want to be very clear, as of the recording, as of the time that it is, this hasn't happened. But some of you might remember King of Dark Knight actually had in August of 2025 a precedent from like an actual refund plus triple damages campaign about we didn't get what we were promised with King of Dark Knight. So The escalation
Oh God, I remember
path,
that.
yeah, the escalation path here isn't theoretical. It's been walked before. It has stood up in regional court. That is something else. And then, of course, there's the public accountability infrastructure, like black cat complaints, I believe is the best English translation I can put together. They publicly track which gaming companies respond to consumer complaints. So what company rates are published. And they're named among a lot of like Infold and Paper Games are named among them quite often. So Infold's response wasn't just, we're very sorry, it was an item appeasement package. So there's, 30, and we got some questions answering some questions from the Discord, like, why are they doing this? Why are they giving 30 wishes delivered via daily login, one per day? That is absolutely to try and make sure people are logging in daily to try and get them to come back. The daily wish structure isn't by accident. One wish per day for 30 days with a 3-day window is a retention mechanism dressed up as compensation. Let's not lie. You have to log in to collect it. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. That is not for us global people. That is absolutely for the Chinese market. It's standard live service retention math that they applied to a crisis moment. So, yeah, if you're going to say Chinese players have the power, they don't just mean numbers. They have a fully activated infrastructure of organization around non-payment consumer complaint channels and state-adjacent visibility with real legal escalation paths that they've used and have done before. So this is one of the pro-cons about playing a global game. I have played several Japanese global versions, and who knows, and this we can talk about in the future of so what happens next. But understand where the balance of power is mixed with just a very different environment of how game publishing happens. I don't know if y'all are following the controversy with GTA 6 right now, or remember when an Assassin's Creed was announced and got fucked. That stuff was just oh shit, it happens. Very different culturally as well. And I have to die for a moment on mute, Mother. Mother, help me.
Is this where I make a dick joke?
Make a dick joke.
I don't know what to do. I don't have my iPad.
I don't gotta put Caleb's dick on the screen. Sorry, guys.
I have the boys in the sarongs. I had to emotionally regulate, so they're all in their long hair, and some have flower crowns, some have kitty ears, some are in their sarongs. I'm just my boys, I just need you to be pretty right now.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Hold me.
Go, Mother.
I'm sorry, I can't put Caleb's dick on the screen for you to regulate. So, dance. This is an interesting moment for me because of the fact that I am very much in the student neck of the woods. I have some cultural understanding to a degree. I don't have the industry knowledge to really speak on this. And the one thing that I am trying to be very mindful of is I think that there's a lot of rumor, speculation, some things that are being overblown. We're getting a lot of translated things. We're getting a lot of, I heard from a girly, or I heard through this, or the grapevine. So my contribution to this entire conversation, because heads up, this is going to be a lot of Nikki talking. This is kind of hard to do a dick joke here. Is a lovely little PSA to all my darlings here to say, reminder to check your sources. There are a lot of content creators with good faith information, and there are content creators right now who are out here trying to feed on the drama frenzy. And we need to be mindful of the content that we're consuming, the information we're spreading. So conspiracies are fun, kids. I'm not saying, conspiracies aren't not fun. But in this type of situation, in this type of space, I want us to all be educated consumers. I want us to put our critical thinking hats on. We can have a little bit of tinfoil lining, because that's always fun.
Little conspiracy.
But just kind of take the information out there.
Theory crafting a conspiracy. Mama is very right about that.
With a grain of salt. Yeah. There is absolutely a very big difference between theory crafting and what the fuck is ever doing and where are we going and what is the big protocord in the sky doing. And hey, we're going to resurrect some really old rumors that Infold's firing all their female staff and it's been taken over by men and, patriarchy and we're doing bad shit. And it's like, wait. One, those rumors were already disproven. Two, no. Three, let's all, what? Check on. Let's all check in. Let's check in.
Namaste, bitches.
So that's my namaste, bitches. Check your sources.
Yes,
Listen
Charter.
to the experts.
We can all agree that Infold fucked up here, I think.
Yes, we can all agree on that. We are all coming together. Baseline. Infold fucked up.
Yes.
And the other thing that I want to while we're sitting here talking about the Chinese market and what's going on in China, as just a gentle reminder to the global server, there is a difference between critical feedback and straight up racism. And I'd like to make sure that we're all being very mindful of that. Just some of the stuff that has come out the last, I would say, 24 hours is skating into Asian race, bigotry and hatred. And that's not good, kids. We can critique some of the things that are going on over in China and what they're doing politically, ethically in terms of business and all that. But let's not go into using derogatory names and things for the Chinese girlies and what's happening. Just as a side note.
Yeah.
Nikki, you back with me?
I'm here.
Cool. I'm going to get off my soapbox for that tangent.
Fair. If you want to find any questions or things too for me to answer or stuff like that, feel free. But so the question of there's two big questions that I keep seeing across both chats and in our Discord, which is how big of a fuck up is this? And what can we do? Or what could happen?
Big.
How big of a fuck up? This is pretty big. And I was talking to Sire earlier, who also is at our server. He's affectionately Content Daddy or Stepdaddy. And we were trying to think of some times where, where in the games industry have we seen this? And we have in Western game launches. We talked about the Cyberpunk launch. We've seen this with Infold already with Infinity Nikki 1.5. We have seen this with what did we talk? We talked about Cyberpunk, WoW, Final Fantasy 11 launch, several launches. And this is one of those, can we come back from this? Or what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I mean, yes, you can come back from anything. This is going to take a very well-managed campaign. This is going to take some hand-holding. And this is going to take some time and patience, which I know is hard. The other question is, can they still release Valko? And I'm not going to nitpick the Infold letter. I mean, I could. But they absolutely have left a lot of space for themselves about what they can and cannot do. There was a very big set of questions that was essentially in YouTube, like, well, why don't they just release him for the global market? And you know what? They absolutely can. You can run a global, what's known as a global build and a regional build. That is actually exceptionally common in the Japanese market. I don't know if you've ever played Brave Exvius from Square. They ran and are running 2 global builds and then have now converted that over into a full game. Many Asian companies do that. So from that perspective, they could decide, well, fuck it, we are going to release. By the way, this is total pie in the sky. This is not confirmed anywhere. This is just optional things that can exist in the world. It is not unknown to do this, where they could release global lads and Chinese lads, whatever. The challenge with that is the development cost goes way up. You essentially are having to run a team and a half. And some companies choose to do so. Absolutely. So
I was going to ask you about that, because you and I had talked about that at the beginning. And I was like, why don't they just release Valko to the global server, since we're fine with him? Like, give us the puppy. We're fine with the puppy. If the CN girlies aren't interested, that's cool. They can be over there. Bring him my way. I will protect the puppy.
And this is where, like, some people are asking about the servers and the lore, and it essentially creates 2 games. And that's just how it would be, FYI. You would have a global version, and that's the global, and then you would have the whatever regional version, and that's the regional. Yeah. Lisa was like, Naughty Dog is a bad one. Yeah, we can all go back and think terrible things, terrible launches that some people survived, some people didn't. But like, you don't have to have a single unified game. Pardon me, my nose is doing the thing where I have to put gauze underneath it. I'm hanging on, guys. I'm doing it.
You're doing it, bestie. You got this. I believe in you.
I'm here for fucking global PR crisis management, and I am available for hire Infold. But yes, essentially, you would split the game. It becomes 2 versions, and one becomes inaccessible outside of a region. This is why most of us have not played those regional games. The only reason I have played Japanese regional games was because I was living in fucking Japan, and I got the opportunity to play them, or working on development side, having to co-manage both of those development cycles at the same time. I appreciate Brennan B, who's like, I'm sorry they canceled him during your recovery. I know. I'm like, fuck you, Infold, for doing this while I had surgery.
Should have sent them a note. Hey, I need you to like keep it together.
Yeah.
For another 2 weeks while my bestie gets her nose back.
Yeah, while I could breathe again. It'd be great. So, and so from that perspective, that's where like that server change comes from. You would not be able to access one version of the game. They would not access the other. The 2 shall never meet. Theoretically, it is not unheard of. They could additionally backpedal again and say, fuck it, we are going to release him. That could absolutely happen. As somebody from the industry, and I am old now, I am so shocked by this. And this also shows you a little bit of a difference between Eastern and Western development. Western development would just say, fuck it, do it, deal with it. As noted. Again, Cyberpunk. I will just keep naming games. They launch, then they fix the problem. Looking at you, Cyberpunk. But additionally, like
Andromeda.
Andromeda, fuck that. One of the best examples, though, I find of an actual like of an Eastern company doing this and really fucking turning it around was actually Square Enix and the release I believe it was 11, might have been 14. It was one of the online ones. Someone can correct me. Oh yeah, Fallout 76. Jesus, so many games. And it actually, like, they released the game. It was broken. It was fucked. It was brutalized. They came back and said, we fucked up. And this is what we're going to do to fix it. We need you guys to hold on with us. And they fucking fixed it. They did what they said they were going to do. And it's actually considered one of the best MMOs. Period. Award-winning, multiple... Yeah, Waving and Anthem in the distance. Yeah, I think it was 14. Thank you, guys. And so it really depends on what's going to happen. I can tell you... So it was funny. Mama was playing Lads. I was playing Infinity Nikki. And fun fact, I was working with the Infold team at that time... when 1.5 came out. There's not a lot that I could say, or I'm allowed to say, and or do, and stuff. I'll just leave it NDAs. I haven't
now NDA.
I have personally actually not gone back to Nikki. Mama was like, just come play Lads with me, and at the time I was like, one of the reasons I was willing to play Lads is because I actually had a meeting with the Lads team, and the development team was so lovely, and they were so kind. And they also, and that's how I know they like had some shared resources. They were working, like they were sharing teams, like they didn't have enough people. They were working on both at the same time. And they were like, they really do read stuff. They listened, and I was like, all right, this guy kind of made me go, yeah, okay. And that's how I got into Lads.
Because I played the game horribly.
You did. You could have sold me with a cute Arctic fox, and that was all I needed.
I should have led with pie. I'm really sorry. Look, I'm not in marketing.
I know. It's okay, babe. We've learned. But yeah. So it's one of those things where this is now going to be, and from internally from development studios. Yeah. No Man's Sky is another one. It's funny, we were talking this morning in VC of like, this happens all the time. And everyone's like, no, it doesn't. And Sire goes, oh no, it happens all the time. They have really good PR and marketing people. This is where we shift from what we call brand and product marketing, and this is known as crisis marketing. Crisis marketing, crisis PR. They have to staunch the flow, or the bleed is what we'll call it, of how many people they're losing, all of that stuff. And to answer another question that was in the chat, how much money are they losing? Sadly, mobile games do not report on a daily basis unless you are actually paying for that data or pulling it internally. And if anyone wants to gift me a Newzoo subscription, bitch, I got you. I will pull the numbers for the industry for anyone. But what we can tell you is that...
My little math nerd.
I hate math, but I like data. But anyway.
You like data. You like numbers. You like the hard STEM stuff. So
essentially they lost 1 million followers, I believe, in the first 24 hours in China after the announcement came out. And it depends on how much spending is happening. And like I said, so China weirdly has been down from a spend. In the past 6 months, you have 3 months up, 3 months down, month over month, which is pretty surprising. The US were up in April and May. Hong Kong, which is considered a separate market, was only up for a month. Japan was the fastest rising market there. Korea's kind of stayed steady. So from a momentum perspective, that's kind of... You can see why the focus is where it is. This is not a, oh, you shouldn't spend or you should spend or whatever. Like, again, it's a matter of gaming is a business. I hate to say it. At the end of the day, it's a job, and that was the part that always really broke my heart as a veteran, when you kind of had to break it to young devs, where they're like, but this makes no sense. And it's like, yes, I know this player journey makes no sense, but that guy is about to fire you, and then you can't feed your family. And then he's going to find someone else who's going to do it, and it's shitty as fuck. And so the question becomes, does the global voice matter? And the answer I could give as Nikki Tea, the marketing person, and then I could give it as Nikki Tea, the player. And you could probably guess what my marketing answer is going to be.
Is this where I need to say the nice thing?
You should say the nice thing.
Please hold. Okay.
Dick joke. Go.
Of course your voice matters. Your voice always matters. That's why they have surveys. That's why they have many ways for you to express your feelings and your opinions.
Uh-huh.
Again, in an emotionally regulated fashion.
So here's the thing.
However, comma.
Yes. Your voice matters. It doesn't matter as
Go,
fast
Nikki.
as you think it does. This is the challenge. And this is the challenge for them. And this is the part that I am very curious about. So there's 3 things here. 1, the global market is growing. That's important because you need to have new players coming into your game or the game doesn't matter. It gets stagnant and people leave and you're fucked. People are going to leave games no matter what when we talk about a live service game. It could be they get bored with the game. It could be that they just have lives. Somebody has a kid. Somebody gets a new job. Somebody moves. Somebody dies. Like, there's so many reasons why people come and go within games. And then some come back and some don't. And that's fine. So, where global matters in the fact that China is a pretty saturated market. Global is the growing market. And this is where they have to find the balance. And this is what I think they were trying to do and where they fucked up. And then got scared and were like, oh no. Because if you don't have game growth and new blood, it doesn't fucking matter. Your game will end. Just period. End of story. Growth over the past 6 months has been specifically in global. So that is what the interesting part is. And I'm talking about that more from a downloads perspective than a spend perspective. So they're having, and we did a podcast episode about this, about like, looking at you Android players who download the game but don't spend shit, right? And that's fine. And that's the challenging part of some people just aren't gonna spend. But we are looking at a game, and this is where I'm like, the fuck? We're looking at a game that has made $1 billion, basically, in 2 years. Where's the fucking math on that? Like, what is the actual P&L? So if you guys are wondering, a AAA game can cost $1 billion to make. So we're talking a Call of Duty, a GTA, whatever. 70% of that goes into marketing the game. And ironically, on a $60 game title, the margin on a $60 game is actually less than $10 back to the publisher. So it's pretty wild when you're thinking about those P&L numbers that don't necessarily exist in LADs as they do in a physical, or looking at UGTA 6 about shipping out physical boxes. They don't have anything in them except for a download code. What the fuck, bro? And looking at this like adjustment in the economics of the P&L. It is a live service game. You do have to spend for servers, and this game is exceptionally high quality. They have to pay voice actors. You have to pay for studio time. You have to pay for Q&A. You have to pay, and like Q&A is we're talking about hundreds of people globally doing spend testing, game testing, all of that. And so I'm like, really? Like, what's your fucking burn rate, guys? I'm real curious. Like, I feel like you can hold out a little bit. I'm very curious to see what happens. And so coming to that, like, so what can I do? Do I sit on my hands and go, fuck it, I'm done, I'm never going to play again? All of that. Absolutely 100% your choice. I can 1,000% tell you, because of the fact that the growth market is global, and Paper Games has Infold Games, which is their global office brand, by the way. They're two different companies located in two different parts of the world. There are multiple teams right now, as you can tell, scouring the internet, doing reports, reading things, hopefully watching these streams. Hello, Paper Games and Infold. You're fabulous. I'm sorry this happened and you made a poor mistake. However, things can be fixed. It is absolutely worthwhile to A, still do what you love. If you still like playing the game, fucking play the game. Enjoy it. B, yes, sending emails, posting on the surveys, posting on forums and places like that absolutely is still valid. This is why we constantly tell you, don't just say, I don't like it. Because this is what happens when people go, I don't like it, and then they get mean. It's, I don't like it because as a Western player, I can't play this at this time, or something like that. Definitely cogently express your thoughts. I believe, Mama, was it Angel that wrote the email?
Yes, Angel's Corner wrote an amazing email template for anybody who wants to use it to email to Infold directly, expressing their concern and frustrations with the cancellation of Valko.
Yep. And it's
and what has happened.
Yeah, still do that. It's important. Stacy from marketing is fucking gathering this shit. I can tell you she's making a goddamn word cloud and is writing a report that's getting translated. And that's super important. Like, still voicing your opinions, your concerns, all of that, whether it's about a video game or voting in your local elections. Just going to chuck that out there. Definitely keep doing that. Like, that is super duper important. I love Shakes Infold like a piñata.
I mean, essentially.
So, and like, some people are going to organize. I've heard that some people are going to black out and not play the game on the night. Some people are not going to do spends. All that stuff. Yep.
I think the bug report suggestion is hysterical for the night.
Oh, yeah. No, bug reports are like, you want to fuck with someone? Fucking poor QA guy who's like, guys, they're like, where's Valko? Why, where is Valko? It'd be hilarious. There are 2 days left on
that poor person.
That poor person. I can tell you it's a team of 60. I like used to work with it. It's hilarious. There are 2 days left on that survey. Absolutely voice your opinion and get heard in that survey. It's just a bug, guys. It's just, he just didn't get released. Where's Valko?
It's just a bug. He's in the programming. He's there. Just flick a switch. Someone get Valerie. She was already fired. That could be her walkout.
Get her job. That's her penance. And the last thing is, like, keep sharing a healthy fandom that you love. Keep supporting creators on AO3. Go watch someone's fan art. Thanks for coming to our streams and stuff. Like, sometimes companies fuck up. And I'm not gonna lie. Companies fuck up. They fuck up games. They fuck up content. And it fucking sucks. It's a thing you love. It's a thing you like to play. It's a thing a lot of people loved working on. And this was a fuck up, guys. Let's be real. Like, I was like, it was a botched marketing campaign, and I'm gonna go with, nope, putting this in the fuck up square. This lives in the box of, like, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, Fallout 70. Like, let's just list the games. Just list the games.
Infinity, Nikki.
Like, yeah, it's just gonna happen. But keep doing what you dig. Keep playing games if you love playing games. Keep talking about it. I'm not gonna take down the Valko channel off the server. He lives on forever with his plushie for me that I will never have.
We still have content coming out about Valko. We're not erasing Valko.
Iris, how would I compare this to
Valko
the
was
Infinity
there.
Nikki
He was
fuck
there.
I would say this is actually very much in line. The difference is they learned from Infinity Nikki that they should say something. They did not learn how to say something. If that makes sense. It's like,
Look, it's
oh,
baby
you got
steps.
you're learning. Oh God, it's like watching a child learn to walk and then fall flat on their fucking face. It's like, oh, try again. And yeah,
Look, Infold's going on a character arc. It's fine.
so like they tried. Did they succeed? Not so much.
No. Not really.
Yeah.
No, they did not succeed.
Yeah, like they did not. So, and again, we're talking about a company truly that has not had this level of success before. In this way. And we talk about it from the perspective of like otome game / gacha game / whatever. No, like fucking Activision, Rockstar, whoever doesn't give a fuck about this shit. Right? They're like, we launched it. What are you going to do? Not buy it? And people go, yeah. And they're like, fine. And they're like, what? And they go, what? And they just move the fuck along and then make another game. And that's kind of how the AAA community works. Weirdly, mobile does not. Mobile, especially in this space of otome, visual novel, dating games, this was like the first time, you know, like a mobile game like this, and they're like, ooh, ladies playing a game. Like has really, really come out and had its chance to like shine. And are they scared? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are they scared of fucking it up? Yeah, you know that thing you do when you're scared of fucking up and then you fuck it up? Welcome to Infold. The question is now, what are they going to do?
They just did it.
They just did it. So the worst has occurred. What could happen next? That's kind of how I think about it. It's how, what are they going to do? What is the next steps they're going to take? There are many, 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 many options. Yeah, I've seen the question, why don't they delete the trailers and other promos? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they're still in discussion of what they're gonna do. And it's gonna be really, it's really gonna be like, what's the actions now? So we'll have to see.
There's something. Sorry, I didn't want to talk over you. There's actually something in that I wanted to address for a second with you. The line in their apology about, we will never have another love interest again.
That will kill the game.
It'll be only these 5 forever.
I think that will kill the game if that's the case.
They can't do that. That will kill the game.
They can.
I feel like
they can. They can 1,000% can, and the game will die.
Well, okay, can was not the correct. I feel like I'm in a May versus can debate, and my mother just walked in the room.
Sorry.
I don't know. Can you?
Can you, Mama?
Jesus. Just, Jesus. Sorry. You say that so specifically. But if they don't release another love interest, that will kill the game. And I feel like right now there's some panicking in that letter. Like, please don't pitchfork us and light us on fire. There is only Sylus, Caleb, Rafayel, Zayne, and Xavier. Valko, who we promise, don't ever stay. Please spend money. Don't leave us. Like somebody got caught cheating and is panicking. I think there will be, from my opinion, love interest, but I think we're clearly going to have to delay for a while. I just don't know when that may return, but I'm really hoping that that is panic and not them literally being like, nope, this is it, 5, that's it.
I'm just gonna take my toys and go home, which, to be fair, they're allowed. It's their game. I think
It's absolutely allowed.
I think what's the surprising things from a development perspective. One, I understand from a shareholder business perspective why Infold did what they did. I will say, as a marketing person, a person who's worked in development, product, all of that, as a player, bad choice. And it feels excessively knee-jerky. Excessively. As in, like, oh, fuck, we gotta do this thing. Oh, shit, fuck, crap,
really,
damn.
really
like,
reactive.
We're gonna write this letter and do this thing and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, but Bob. And Bob's like, just fucking do it, Stacy. And Stacy's like, go fuck yourself, Bob, I quit.
And they're opening the deep wishes like, you get a gold wish, and you get a gold wish, and you get a gold wish.
And whatever is going to happen, it's gonna delay that launch on the 9th, I'm pretty sure. Or some parts of it, some stuff might still come out.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because now if they're like, we're going to pull them from the build, well, they have to literally recode the fucking build. They have to resubmit the builds to get accepted in the stores and all of that shit. So, waiting for that announcement. But that letter felt very, oh my fucking god, well, we're just going to take our toys and go home. And at the end of the day, the people who truly have the power are the stakeholders and shareholders at Paper Games. I mean, even above, as we talk about the Chinese market, whatever market is biggest, yay capitalism, those people had enough influence on the higher-ups to force a company to do this. And so that is really what it is at the end of the day. Infold could absolutely say we're taking our toys and going home, and then they lose their $1 billion fucking pony. I mean, don't get me wrong. $1 billion, and we're talking 700 million of that coming out of one region. A lot of fucking money. I don't know about y'all, but like, I'm not balking at the $300 million we put into play either. So, you know, like, because at this point, if Infold were to ever launch a game after this, like say, and we know they are in development of another game because of the hiring choices that they have on their website for a AAA title. Are you gonna fucking pick that game up? No. I'm not. I'm gonna be like, what, you gonna pull a Nikki? You gonna pull a Lads? And they're gonna be like, fuck. Because right now, they are absolutely stained, not necessarily just from a regional meet. Like, if they had just fucked up in China, just in their regional homeland, and, like, made it fine for the rest of the world, you could still publish to a broad... If they wanted to do a AAA title on PlayStation, not gonna lie, Chinese market doesn't matter much right now in that situation. However, it would be very different otherwise.
Is that me or you? Oh, I hope you enjoy the sound of this ringing.
Sorry, guys. I just realized my computer is connected to my phone and my child is calling me.
I was like, what is going on? Hey, guys, we're doing it live!
I have a kitten.
You do. She's a lovely kitten. We adore her. I have a literal cat who is meowing, but thankfully, apparently, my sound canceling is so good that nobody hears him losing his shit.
Sorry, guys. And I muted my microphone, and then I realized I have my audio routing through my multi-speaker setup, and I was like, ah, fuck.
We're professionals. We got this. If you need to talk to Kitten, I can tap dance.
Here, Mama. Mama, tap dance for a moment. And gather some questions. Okay. Also, I think this is the part where if you have any more questions, please do add them. I will be momentarily back.
I will speak to what I can speak to, which is not numbers and marketing and business ethics. So, hey, um, one of the things that I wanted to speak about for a hot second is one of the frustrations I have with the cancellation of Valko is it feels like a misread of some very valid criticism that we have had as a community for God, a good long time. I know I spoke about it in the first season of the podcast, regarding the disparity between Sylus and Caleb content and the adorable three that I call the OG three, which is Rafayel, Xavier, and Zayne. That critique is absolutely valid. And the fandom, we have been asking for them to make it right. Sylus has been released for over a year. Where is his second Bond memory? Why do we still not have the same number of permanent cards for Sylus, if not almost for Caleb, as we do the OG3? And I want to delineate and repeat. I'm talking permanent base deck, those kinds of 4 stars and 5 stars and 3 stars that you can get via your blue wishes. Nobody's expecting Sylus and Caleb to have the same amount of total cards as the OG3, because those three have been out much longer. But it is a perfectly valid expectation to ask Infold why Caleb and Sylus do not have the same amount of permanent cards. Now, when Sylus initially released, the big hubbub around him was, well, he was leaked, so they had to release early. So he didn't have the same amount of content as the original three. But if you look at Caleb's debut, he debuted with the same exact amount of Sylus, which tells me that Sylus could possibly be one of two things. Either that was a genuine shit, he's been too leaked and we need to just debut him, and they accidentally discovered that they could release half the content but still make the same amount of money, if not more, or that was an experiment. And then they repeated the experiment with Caleb and got a verification that they could.
Are we talking about?
And they were going to release Valko with the same amount.
I think they're releasing Valko. They would have released Valko with the same amount. And I think it was actually done strategically to get the three. I think you have the OG 3 and the new 3. That was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you, everyone. Sorry, parent life. Thanks.
No, you're totally fine. No, what I was just saying is that...
yeah. Like, I don't think there's missing content for Caleb and Sylus. I think it is just... they are going to develop slower. They were released later in the game cycle. It's like playing a Final Fantasy game with a party of 10 people and the newer guys have less shit. It's just kind of how it is. And they're going to stick with that. And then that is one of the ways that they hold retention and release over time, is you would get a 6th ally, slowly builds up his pool, then you get the 7th, the 8th. I don't think there is catch up. I think this is what it is. I would like to see new content.
Yes,
also, you got
I
a
want
lore
to see new
question.
content, but what I'm saying is
Go ahead.
that there should be the same amount of permanent base deck eventually. That should just be, because
Yep.
that one does really feed into the rumors and the perception, not perceptive, the perception that Caleb, Sylus, and whatever new allies are all premium content, which is disrespectful to the OG three, number one, as if they're just the freebies, and then the real game is over here, which is totally not correct. And two, it's disrespectful to the Sylus and Caleb mains and any new ally, because grinding affection, your battle power, and all of that is deeply affected, because you have to work 10 times harder.
Yeah.
And that's not equitable. Again, nope. Overall content, I'm not expecting the same amount of cards. Yep. But permanent base, the Blue Wish base, that should be equal. And I think that critique is absolutely valid. And players asking for that are valid in asking for that. So when they go and cancel Valko and then cite Sylus and Caleb concerns that the fandom has, it feels like they're misinterpreting what we're saying that we want and the feedback that we've given, and creates more frustration. That's what I was trying to say.
Yep, I think so. I think there's been a lot of question about if they had changed the order of information release, of like, oh, we're going to do a Sylus Caleb main story update and more information there, and then announced Valko, would it have gone differently? I think it absolutely would have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it would have appeased some. There was a question in the chat for you, Mama, about, I don't know if you saw, do you think Valko's absence will do... What do you think Valko's absence will do the trajectory of lore? How noticeable will the plot hole be?
Well, I think that we have to take in consideration that they've assigned certain actions in the story to Valko, and that he would have had effects on the world. So if Valko is raptured...
Is that what we're calling this? He went to the rapture.
He went to the rapture. They just raptured him. He was there, and now there's nothing but his underwear. They're going to have to figure out who now overtakes those plot points. Someone has to make those decisions in the world to create the same effect. I don't think... How do I say this? I'm not certain how big of an effect it's going to have on the chapter Sylus and Caleb. I keep trying to put Caleb...
What celebrity name did you just give them?
Together makes them sort of relate. I don't know. I didn't. It was an accident.
An Apple Crow now? Just Apple Crow.
Don't me on that. An Apple Crow.
Caleb.
Apple Crow.
Kalus.
What would we call? What? Oh my God! What would we call Sylus and Caleb? Oh no, it was Crapple. That was right. It was Crapple. That's what you did.
I did. That was Crow Apple. Ah, Crapple.
That was Crow Apple. You Scrapple.
I forgot all the medication is fucking up my brain, guys. So you were saying about Crapple?
So about Crapple. The main story chapters are their specific timelines. So the question becomes for me, not so much the effect on Caleb's main chapter, but possibly Sylus's, but that's in regards to how deep Valko's company, who has already been established as part of the world, is in bed with Ever, as well as doing any shenaniganry in the N109 zone. So, Sid, you heard Big? Somebody finally heard my cat.
Oh, we all heard the tiny god's opinion.
He has a lot of feelings, y'all,
He does.
about this whole thing. I think Caleb's specific chapters are going to be very focused on the fleet, the deep space tunnel, and possibly whatever the hell he discovered that almost killed him.
And we get
I think there's
Sylus's
going to be,
arena.
and I think we're also going to get, and we get the gladiator ring. I'm so excited. Oh, it's going to be great. I am super jazzed for the main story updates, but I also think we might get a bit more discussion from Caleb. Well, not from him specifically, but I think we're going to see a bit more just how fucked this Turing chip is and what it does to him and how much he's fighting it. Like, I think we are headed, the train is a bullet train and it's going to the Angst town. And I feel like Caleb's going to have a graveyard moment.
I am prepared as a Jasmine.
I'm glad you invested in that life as a Jasmine. That was your decision. You did that to yourself. And I also kind of did it as a harem girly to myself. But I get to like calm down with other things and other boys. You don't. You zoned in on that angst and was like, yes.
It's hot. I love my hot angst. So most of us are just realizing if you're new to Love and Chickspace, Mommy usually does a Tuesday lore chat, and then afterwards we record the podcast. And again, for my surgery recovery, I appreciate that we're doing this live episode recording for everyone. But they've kind of very distinctly established in World Underneath our little puppy's business already and kind of laid it out a bit. So
they did.
And so
that's why I'm saying it's where are they going to go with it?
Because at this point, they're going to have to...
Oh my god! Thank you so much for the upgrade to CCCR team!
Oh, thanks, Blaze.
Why?
They're gonna...
Your PR team is growing!
Oh man, my PR team's getting big. It's basically, they're gonna have to rewrite it. Or he's gonna become like Bad Suit Everman, and who I think is Stanley. I don't fucking remember. I will never remember his name.
Sutherland. It's Sutherland. But we kept calling him Bad Suit Everman because that's who he is.
He's Bad Suit Everman. Oh, Lisa, thank you for joining the Voidlings.
Oh my god, thank you so much for joining the Voidlings. But yeah, no, Bad Suit Everman. Oh my god, could they turn Valko into an NPC? Do you think?
It is absolutely an option to turn him into an NPC. Like, here's the thing you have to understand, and I'm gonna just pause everyone for a second. It's a game. It's pixels. They can do whatever the fuck they want. There's so many options on the table. He could become an NPC. He could become a recurring cast member. He becomes a special battle-only companion. There are a million fucking opportunities to incorporate Valko. He could just be a standard ally, like we could see. The thing from a development prospect that I'm curious about is because when we saw, I think it was the second or third trailer, is they're like, Valko launching with all things included, rapport, the Destiny Cafe, the home system, blah, blah, blah. You understand now they have to rip all of that code out. They have to fucking pull it, recompile it, re-QA it, make sure it works, make sure there's no mentions of Valko. Like, the amount of work that is about to go down, if this is true, as they have stated it is so, is fucking nuts. And they're also now going to be sitting on a metric crap ton of assets that they just have. They might say, fuck it, we're not putting Valko in Love and Deepspace, we're making a whole nother game. That is absolutely an option too.
Oh, that is totally an option.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's for me is they've established the company. They can't walk that back. So
Yep.
unless, they want to suddenly have like Sylus's diversified portfolio. Hey, by the way, honey, I forgot to mention this.
I bought Anchor. God fucking damn it, Sky.
I God damn it, Sky. He's been sending Ever just hallucinogenic fruit. It's fine.
I'm pissed I'm not
It's
gonna
fine.
get
It's
MC's
fine.
fucking
Everything's
high
fine.
ponytail and that fucking moto jacket. I'm sorry.
I know! The outfits were so good. And, like, I was so intrigued with Valko, and I'm a little put out about the whole thing. I'm not going to lie. I'm frustrated. But also, it's kind of, it's the question of what do we do with the lore? How much impact was he going to have on Sylus and Caleb's storyline? Technically, everybody in the fandom was convinced that Valko was meant to be Rafayel's foil, which, given his behavior and Rafayel's behavior, it's like the brat off.
My
We have the
favorite.
aloof artist versus the aloof CEO.
Oh, I love it. My favorite comments from NECA right now is Daddy's gonna buy us a company and a puppy. He might let him in the bed some nights. Ow! NECA, that fucking hurts.
Yes! Yes, Deco!
Fucking, I am recovering
I'll
from
get my puppy in
surgery.
my harem one
That
way or
fucking
another.
hurts.
So good. Oh my God, Crow Daddy's gonna buy us a puppy and a company. He's like, honey, about your hunter life,
I have some thoughts.
I think there's something else you can do.
He does.
Like,
He does give some Jace vibes, but like, yeah, Crow Daddy's gonna buy us a fucking company. Oh God, that fucking hurt my recovery.
that set my nose back.
It
Like,
set my nose back a week until the splits come out in 2 days. He did buy us a cat park. No, it's okay. It's okay, Neko. I still love you.
he did buy us a cat park.
I think the thing is we're not gonna
All
know.
for us. Like, he was such the cat dad, and it was so
It
good.
was so good. We're not gonna know until the next game comes out. Like we're just not gonna know. And again, there's more.
Kara, hi.
Hi, Kara. And like, or even better, the twins bring Valko home. Hey, boss, look at this cool dog we found. Exactly. Like,
It's not out of look. Sylus's entire modus operandi is found family. It's his crow sons, his actual AI crow, and now he has a puppy. It's fine. He's just collecting the whole. Then there's going to be a picket fence. He just wants to make the whole home environment for her. It's cool.
yeah, and yeah, it's also Sailor Moon. Love your name. Moon prison power. Fucking make up, bitches. Make up my Valko. Again, there are so many options on the table. This might go fucking back to just being like,
Meds.
I was the meds. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard, guys. I'm so hard. I'm trying so hard. I'm gonna need you to come over, Mama, and tuck my ass in and medicate me.
Don't worry, baby. I'm on my way.
Oh, thanks, darling. Oh, mi amor, I need you. But like, we're not
I'm on
gonna
my way,
know
dearest, as soon as we're done with this.
until the build comes out. There are a million options. I need you to understand this from a game development perspective. There are so many things on the table right now. It's all a matter, as we have learned from this launch, of communication. Of what they decide to do, what audiences get prioritized, how they're going to release it, and what it's going to be. And it's it's sad and disheartening as a player, as a development kind of person, just to be like, this was not the best way to do this. And I'm pretty sure Infold is learning, and I'm pretty sure there's some people up at night, and I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty sure there's probably people that are going to get fired. But, like,
Poor Valerie.
Oh, Valerie.
This was not the time.
Yeah. So there's so many options, opportunities, and things that could happen. Stay strong and keep doing the shit you love doing. And just as we like to say on our server, it's okay to have a dick, just don't be one. So still be a dick and still enjoy playing games and looking at cute pixelated boys. Because Zayne's still hot. I don't know. I'm really bummed I don't have the R1 Regency outfit to look like a fancy vampire, you know?
I do. I just got it.
Oh, fuck you!
I needed emotional support.
I feel you. But
look, it was either buy lunch or get Zayne's Regency outfit, and
Zayne's Regency
Snow Daddy
outfit.
won.
You don't have Snow Daddy. Why? And I feel like
Frost was actually on the phone with me when I did it. I was like,
damn.
no. I was gonna get food, and I went, you know what? I'll just have an apple.
I'll feed you, darling.
Literally, not just biting into Caleb, though that's viable.
So I feel like I wanted that outfit. Bringing us to an end because I'm just fading, and I'm so sorry, Mama. If you want to keep going, you're very welcome to. But I'm hitting my 2-hour will die limit.
No, honey, you've done good. You have. Look, you came in as daddy and set the rules on marketing and gaming industry, and I think everybody can say for themselves that they feel far more educated about business, especially how things are run in the Chinese market. And while I didn't really have a lot to contribute,
you had the sanity and
it is
simping.
really weird not to fidget with.
It's weird not to have Caleb's dick in my face. I just said that.
Sylus, Caleb, you did, and I will clip it later. I needed a short for next week. You just gave it to me. Thanks, babe.
Anyway, I'm gonna do that unhinged sign-off.
But it is weird not to touch my boys.
I know, just molest them a little bit, shake their nipples. It'll be great. It's hitting, guys. I'm dying. It's hitting. And somehow that got us a cheer. But woo! Thank you.
Hey, I would cheer for Caleb's nipples.
Exactly. When we post this video, we'll do the whole marketing nerd SEO bullshit to beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll put my notes and sources that I talked about, and I'll also be available in our Discord. So thank you everyone for joining this kind of impromptu live episode recording. Thank you, Mama, for recommending such a good idea. But like I said, I'll share my sources. If you have any industry questions, again, I'm Nikki Tea, recovering from surgery, 20-year gaming industry vet, marketing nerd, all that bullshit. Have seen this many times, have worked on it many times. I'm happy to answer any additional questions once I'm done dying. Sorry. So sorry.
You should give it a woo.
Oh.
Oh my god. It's precious, y'all. It's so precious. So I will slide in here with the somewhat executive function. If you've enjoyed this stream over on YouTube, please be sure to give us that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to us yet and you're new to our shenaniganry, we're a lot of fun. We educate and inform. And by educate, I mean Nikki. And by inform, I mean don't worry, children. I will give you the breakdown on the exact geometry of Caleb's ass. I've touched it. I know. So
She knows.
I know. I felt it in my heart.
Your heart. Fucking crap.
20 plus years of friendship, kids. We're still going. So if you need a place to run and hide from all the drama and toxicity, Love and Chickspace is here for you. Check out our Discord. Check out our videos. As we said earlier, we are 26 episodes into a second season, which means there are at least 50 plus episodes total between two seasons.
Wow.
Seasons.
We've done some shit, bro.
I'm getting there. We've done some shit. The jokes are there. It's wild. We got content. You can binge for days, y'all.
Relive the joy. And as a reminder, keep doing what you love.
Relive the joy.
Play the games you love. Be good people. Be brave, be bold, be badass. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Woo!
Thanks, everybody, so much.
Bye, y'all.
Stick with us, y'all. Bye. Come on, Nick.
Okay, Mom.
Oh, that was rough on my end, but I
hang on one sec. Hang on.
Amazingly well.
Hang
and
on.
Very coherent.